And we got Bo Dallas versus Damian Sandow, who comes out as, thank you WWE for listening to live reactions, LeBron James.
Yep, I didn't catch the whole of Sandow's promo here, but I think he said something about how he's gonna do what this city doesn't do anymore, and that's win, or just something along those lines. So yeah, Sandow, I'll believe it when I see it. And not really much to say for this match. Sandow got a little bit of offense in, but I think everybody and their mothers knew how this was gonna go. Bo hits the running Bodog, the streak lives.
I don't think Damian Sandow knows who Chris Bosh or Dwayne Wade are.
I doubt it. So yeah, there you go. Bo wins. Really don't care for Sandow. It would be nice to see Bo get in some kind of legitimate feud. I was hoping he would have won the IC title at Battleground, but who knows? You know, I think he'll win a championship before the year is over, personally, but it's just not his time right now. Clearly WWE has other ideas. And for right now, this streak is doing fine.
I don't think it's fair to say that you think Bo's going to win a title by the time the year is over. I honestly don't think it matters that much.
Again, he's doing fine with what he's doing right now.
But I mean, how long ago was it that you said that Cody Rhodes needs to win a world title before the year's over?
Yeah, and, you know, I wasn't alone in that camp, and it would have been nice, but he's doing fine with what he's doing now. So it's all what WWE
exactly, and that's the point. I'm not trying to make you or Cody or anyone look bad. I'm just saying, like, it's not necessary to try and quantify the amount of time it should take somebody to win a title, because at the end of the day, titles aren't really that freaking important.
Right.
So, up next, did we already finish talking about the Bo Sandow thing?
Pretty much. I didn't have anything else to say about it unless you did.
Yeah. Up next, we had a commercial break, but during the commercial break, they had the app. Chris Jericho was attacked by the Wyatt family, and Bray used Sister Abigail on Jericho into a wall or a locker or something like that. It seemed metal. When the sound that it made sounded like it was metal, but so yeah, then Bray Wyatt comes out and welcomes us to the highlight reel and says that your host can't be here because he's currently indisposed, and then we actually see on television what happened on the app. So John, before we actually talk about Bray Wyatt's promo, why don't you explain to me why the WWE feels the need to show stuff on the app and then show it on TV 3 minutes later?
I never got that either. That's still something that kind of boggles my mind. It is what it is, though. Nice assault by Bray. I enjoyed it. Jericho sold the Sister Abigail into the Steel really well. I liked it. And, yeah, his promo here, pretty much the same thing he's kind of been cutting on Jericho, pretty much saying you probably thought that Jericho, when he beat me last night, was a better man than me. But you have to understand, battles don't affect me, because I'm all about winning the war because I created war. And he pretty much says that, when all is said and done, he will emerge victorious over Chris Jericho. And he said, Sister Abigail, she used to give me a warning. She said, never pursue vengeance, Bray, because you always have to dig 2 graves. One for your target and the other one for yourself. So Bray seems pretty intent on destroying Chris Jericho.
Yeah, I mean, you could say that. He already kind of did destroy Chris Jericho tonight, if we're being honest.
Absolutely, because, when this promo was done, they cut to Jericho, and he was bleeding pretty bad from the ear. I had the blood oozing out of there. So, yeah, Bray really did a number tonight. And I guess this is where all the Wyatt family's energy will be concentrated going forward, is Chris Jericho. Because they did aid Bray with the assault, which was no surprise. But I look forward to their SummerSlam rematch. Hopefully they can outdo their Battleground effort. I do fear a little bit that maybe WWE's taking advantage of Bray's ability to recover nicely from a loss with the great promo work. But I have no doubt that he'll go over at SummerSlam. So I'm not
I think they're probably going to do like a best-of-3 series, and Bray is going to win the next 2.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
So I guess they probably just gave the win to Jericho to restore credibility or something.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. They want to make when Bray beats Jericho seem like a bigger deal than what it would have been had he gone over at Battleground. So
right. I mean, there's only so far that being the first ever unified WWE World Heavyweight Champion can get you.
Exactly.
All right. So up next, we had a Oh, did we talk about the whole backstage thing with Jericho and R-Truth?
Yeah, where he was bleeding from the ear and Archer's
Yeah.
trying to get to the bottom, like, Chris, what happened? And,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So, I guess that our sleuth is back, trying to get down to the bottom of it.
Maybe. I mean, next week, man, the investigation could really intensify. We'll see.
Investigating intensifies. Okay, so up next we had The Miz versus Dolph Ziggler in a non-title match, unfortunately. This match was, I'm going to say it, easily match of the night.
I'm glad you did, because I was thinking the exact same thing. No question. As much as I enjoyed a match that we got later, I feel like this, much later. This match I felt like got quite a bit more time, and I feel like they really maximized their minutes. Both guys did. I have to give big ups to The Miz too. I don't know what it is, but even though there are certain things about this new gimmick that annoy me, I have to be honest. I think it works. I enjoy it. I thought him and Ziggler had a great back and forth, and the crowd is so hot for Dolph, it is ridiculous.
Well, I mean, it helps that they're not only super hot for Dolph, but super hot in a negative way for The Miz.
Right, yeah. Yeah, you even said it's like one of the top baby faces versus the top heel, so...
I don't know if he's the top heel, because Rusev still exists, but definitely one of the top heels. I'd say like top 5 on both sides. Like I would say Ziggler's a top 5 face, Rusev's a top 5 heel.
Right.
But still, I mean, the fact that we're getting something that big on a Raw is kind of a big deal.
Exactly. These guys really put on a clinic, and it actually made the IC championship, worthwhile, because commentary did note a couple times, like, if Dolph picked up the victory, it would certainly, put him in the title hunt, put him, in contention for the Intercontinental Championship, and they talked about his heartbreak from coming so close to winning it last night, only to lose. I saw his, Battleground Fallout, I guess you could call it, promo, and how he said, like, he feels like he let the WWE Universe down, feels like he owes it to them, and he really wanted that championship. So you had all this...
Dude, that was such a heartbreaking promo. He was like, classic Dolph. I was like, oh, don't say that about yourself, Ziggler.
I know, but hey, the way he won, the style and panache in which he won, that was classic Dolph. What a beautiful way to win, because they, at one point, Miz kicks Ziggler in the face, looks like he's going to get skull-crushing finale. Ziggler pretty much rolls through, scores the zigzag, and as Miz is pretty much...
Yeah, dude, the way it happened was Ziggler was going for a super kick on Miz, and Miz was so worried about getting hit in the face that he covered his face and turned around, and that was when Ziggler hit the zigzag.
That's right, yeah. Yeah, and Ziggler immediately hooked the leg because it was like coming down because Miz looked like he was going to turn over from the effect of the zigzag, and Ziggler just packaged that leg and he got the 3 count.
Yep.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm liking the fact that Miz is really committed to this gimmick, even when it costs him matches, because it's going to force some kind of evolution. Hopefully not into same old boring Miz who would just go out and compete, but, him being so protective of his looks, he's going to have to make a choice. Is it going to be Hollywood, or is it going to be being a champion again in the squared circle? So I like what they're doing with him. I really enjoyed this match. Like you said, easily match of the night.
Definitely. So, up next, we got a backstage segment with Triple H and Seth Rollins. Rollins was kind of upset because apparently he wanted the SummerSlam championship match, and Triple H said there's no reason for him to have that shot because he has the briefcase. Rollins says that every time he tries to cash in, Ambrose screws it up. Ambrose won't stop until we shut him down for good. And then Cesaro shows up out of nowhere and says that if anyone deserves the championship match at SummerSlam, it's him. He says that as of right now, he's no longer associated with Paul Heyman, and he wants to be Triple H's guy. And then Rollins kind of steps in and he says, oh, please, he already has his guy, blah, blah, blah. And Triple H's just like, well, this is awkward. And then he says if Cesaro can take care of Dean Ambrose, it would impress him. And Cesaro says, consider it done, and they shake hands, and then he walks off.
Yeah. Pretty much. I really enjoyed that. Like I said, my only nitpick was his departure from Heyman did seem a bit anticlimactic, but again, I'm going to let this play out. And, yeah, Seth Rollins talking about how Dean Ambrose needs to be taken care of for good almost makes me think, Ash, and I want to know what you thought about this, Could it be that in order to really take care of Dean for good, we could have a briefcase versus career match maybe at SummerSlam?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No.
Yeah, I'm keeping it in mind. I doubt it too, but just the way he spoke about how they need to deal with Ambrose, I think something big is coming at SummerSlam.
I think that all that's really going to lead to is Rollins being the one that asks for the match with Ambrose rather than it being, like, forced on him.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because, like, kind of like with the way Rollins asked for Ambrose to be in the Money in the Bank match.
Because Rollins feels at his best when he's got matters in his own hands. So, yeah.
Exactly. He's a manipulator, John.
So, yeah, we'll see where that all shakes out.